el ejercicio de los derechos sexuales y reproductivos, no solo la interrupción voluntaria del embarazo, por eso esta en su versión original en 2010 y también esta nueva ley del aborto es una ley de derechos sexuales y de derechos reproductivos, no solamente para garantizar el acceso efectivo a la interrupción voluntaria del embarazo, sino para hablar de educación sexual, por ejemplo, que es un derecho de los niños y de las niñas, señoría, independientemente de quiénes sean sus familias, porque todos los niños, las niñas, les niñas de este país tienen derecho a conocer su propio cuerpo, a saber que ningún adulto puede tocar su cuerpo si ellos no quieren, y que eso es una forma de violencia. Tienen derecho a conocer que pueden amar o tener relaciones sexuales con quien les dé la gana, basadas, eso sí, en el consentimiento. Y esos son derechos que tienen reconocidos y que a ustedes no les gustan. No pasa nada. Reconózcanlo abiertamente, si es que no les gustan los derechos.
Is this like conversion therapy? Are you trying to cure these people?
No, it's not possible to change sexual orientation. I never would try that.
So are you saying that pedophilia is a sexual orientation?
Exactly. We have a lot of sexual minorities, and this is all part of these future.
Tell me, he didn't just say that.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Memory of the Show. Don't forget that like, subscribe, share. There's some language we're going to be using to replace certain words so we don't get hit. P to the E to the D to the O, we will be replacing with cheese pizza. Okay? And the article, we're not going to go through the whole thing because the article gets a little hard on there, and it's by the, if you want to see it, it's on the Daily Compass on there. And Andrea Zambrano is the writer on this, and basically it says what is this: Spanish Equal Opportunities Minister calls for cheese pizza a right.
Hold it! What the hell is that shit?
This is very shocking, and this is what we've been telling you. This is the push that has been going on around the world when it comes to this subject, because basically you have politicians in office pushing for cheese pizza. That, oh, you have to feel sorry for them. That basically they have rights too. And what about the children? And what about the children? This was back at the end of September. Shock in Spain. Minister Montero says that children have the right to sex as long as they consent. It is a natural outcome of the hypersexualizing of children that began with the sexual revolution. No comment from the left, and the EU, of course, is too busy giving pro-life hungry lessons in democracy. Children should have the right to have sexual relations with whomever they want as long as they consent. The unprecedented aberration of the legislation of cheese pizza was enacted in the Spanish parliament recently. But what is even more disconcerting is that a member that is a minister of the current government to make and pronounce Irene Montenegro, the Minister of Equal Opportunities Ministry of the government led by Socialist Sanchez, formed by the PSOE and Podemos coalition. It happened on the 21st of September during a hearing at the House during a debate on the pro-trans and abortion law. Until now, the topic of legislation of cheese pizza at the political level has always been taboo, with the exception of the Dutch Cheese Pizza Party, which was later dissolved. But the words of Montenegro, Pasaneta of the most radical left, marked, so to speak, are to step forward toward the abyss of the state of cheese pizza. Here are the exact words of the partner of Pablo Iglesias, the founder of Podemos, talking about sex education is a right of boys and girls, regardless of their families. See, they want to take it away from the rights of the family. Everyone has the right to know their own body, to know that no adult can touch their body if they don't want them to know, and this is a form of violence. Children have the right to know that they can love or have sexual relationship with whoever they like, as long as they are based on consent. And these are the rights that must be recognized. But if you're referring to the don't like rights, omit it. That, like other models of society, they're not based on rights. See, the thing about it is, and we'll read a little bit further in a minute here, they're going to tell you, oh, you're violating the child's right. Well, the child's not old enough to make that decision. A 5-year-old child does not have the knowledge to make that decision. A 10-year-old does not have on. See, you have to understand, they're trying to push it to the younger kids. Teens are a different story, but it's up to the parents to teach them. Okay, it's up to the parent. As far as the schools, health classes, what they used to call health, which taught about the bodies in a general, not talking about basically trans, gay, or anything of that nature. It's just talking about the science of the whole situation, which we need to push back again. And that is when you get into high school, when you're old enough to understand these things. This is a decisive step toward the acceptance of cheese pizza, to recognize that children have the right to a sexuality according to their taste, to take it to the extreme of hypersexual children that began with the sexual revolution and continue with the sexual mania culture that seemed harmless films, Little Miss Sunshine, and television program. See, they're going to try to push that situation. You know, they're trying to push Hollywood into this situation on there. Yes, there were some films that are, you know, that sort of add stories to this nature, but they're not something that was glorified. It was not right. No one thought it was right. A child cannot nurture any kind of sexual taste unless it is forcibly inculcated in them, nor that they can experience the concept of consent, since their will is extremely malleable and conditionable. Simply, consent and sexual preferences are non-existent concepts in a child's head because they lack maturity. Any psychologist knows this, but it's strange that only psychologists who ignore them is precisely the one who is also the minister of a European democracy like Spain. Moreover, the mother of 3 children, but after all, from the law of the abortion onwards, which supposes the entire child's life is the arrival of cheese pizza, is nothing more than the last stages of a slippery slope, beginning with the killing of fetuses in the womb. Montero's speech is part of a debate in Spain about lowering the age of consent, which is currently set at 16. No, 16, and they want to lower it. In the contents, as much as debated law will come into force on October 7th, and that's already passed, and so-called consent cases of violence, the government idea is to lower the age of consent to 12. To 12! How disgusting is that? Which will pave the way for cheese pizza. There's a lot more into this, and it's just disgusting to hear some of this stuff. To hear a country like Spain. I'm Puerto Rican. I know I have some of my ancestors are of Spain origin, and I find that heartbreaking that a country as respected as Spain is going to fall into this darkness, this disgusting nature. Children need to grow up as children. Stop sexualizing them. They don't need this at this time. Let them grow up and learn the ways from their parents and learn into adulthood. These are the people that need to go away, as far as, you know, this minister in Spain. These are the people that need to be voted out of office. If they think that they could lower the age of consent down to 12 years old, what's it going to be after that? 9? 5? You've just opened your country into a hellstorm of people that are very dangerous. Do you understand that? You're going to have people in there and if you think you can classify it as a rape, child's not going to understand that. Child is not. Child is going to be afflicted. You're going to have children with. I hope you're going to put money into the mental institutes in there, because you're going to have a lot of kids that are going to end up, you know, under psychiatric evaluations constantly. This is disgusting. So tell me your thoughts below in the comments below. What your thoughts about this? I mean, this is where the point where we have to, and I keep saying this. And the thing about it is, you get pushed aside when you say, "Nah, this ain't gonna happen. This will never happen here." It's happening somewhere. We need to speak up now before it's too late. It is on our doorsteps. It's in another country, and it would be considered on our doorstep. This is a NATO country, under NATO. And this is what is going to happen. You're going to have children having sex at a very young age, getting pregnant at a young age, having abortions at a young age. So tell me your feelings below. Hit that like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.